And joining me now is NDP Leader Jagmeet Singh. Welcome to Power Play, Mr. Singh. Thanks for taking the time on a busy day for you, I imagine. I want to go back to the 2019 and 2021 election campaigns. You ran on basically, you can't trust Justin Trudeau. Do you trust him now?
Well, we've got a public document that the world can see, Canadians can see, journalists can see, and that we can use to hold the government to account. We are in a minority government. Canadians sent us here to make it work, and we are using our power to get help for people. And we've got a document we can point to outline very specifically what we need to see happen so we can continue to make Parliament work for people.
Okay, but you know, I have the document right here. And, you know, what is this supply and confidence agreement? And I'm going to play devil's advocate here, if not a way for you and Justin Trudeau to guarantee your political futures until 2025?
It's not at all that. What it is a document where we have used our power in the minority government to get help for people. It's to bring in dental care so people can get their teeth fixed. It's to bring in Pharmacare so people can pay for the medication that they need, and they don't have to worry about its cost. It's a way to tackle the housing crisis and the climate crisis. These are concrete steps to help people in a time of insecurity, fear, and worry, a way to give stability and to give people the help they need.
Okay, so let me ask you, when did you start negotiating this, and, you know, why not be a part of a coalition government? I mean, the opposition today has called you the new deputy prime minister. Why would you not choose to sit at the cabinet table then?
Because I'm a New Democrat, and I'm proudly a New Democrat. I have no interest in joining the Liberal Party, and it was never something we had asked.
But what is the difference today between you and the Liberal government, Mr. Singh? You've got a document here that says that really there is no difference between the two parties anymore.
Not at all. The document makes it really clear that we will disagree, that we will oppose, and that we have full ability to oppose. We are an independent party. We remain an opposition party. And today is an example of an opposition day motion that we put forward, where we pushed for increased taxes on the wealthiest corporations that are making money off this pandemic, oil and gas companies and big box stores. That's an example of something that we push forward. We're going to continue to oppose and to fight to get help for people. But we also know that we can get things done. And much like Tommy Douglas in the past was able to use his power to get Medicare, and Jack Layton was able to use his power to bring in affordable housing, we are using our power to bring in dental care. People's teeth need to be covered, to help people with the cost of medication, to help with housing, to help with the climate crisis. We've got real wins for people. And what we're doing is using our position in the minority government to make that happen while remaining an independent party. Well,
but you're using your position to support, and you write it in this document that you agreed and you signed, to support 4 consecutive budgets. Sounds, you know, again, like a blank check. Your agreement has no economic martyrs. The Conservatives have called it a spending spree. So are you not concerned about, you know, deficits, debt? You know, this is an expensive shopping list that you and the Liberals have come up with.
Well, let's be clear. This is actually a checklist. This is our priorities. If our priorities are being met, then we'll continue to support. But if they're not being met, then we will not support. So it's actually a very powerful tool to hold the government to account. If they don't deliver on dental care, if they don't deliver on Pharmacare, if they don't help people with housing, then we will withdraw our support. So it guarantees that we can point to a document. These are the things that you've committed to.
So,
let's see them.
So
if we're going to make them happen.
If they don't commit to any of these things in the document, you say you're going to walk away from this. What is your red line?
Well, the entire document. It lays out details. We expect the dental care program to begin with children under 12 having their teeth covered this year in 2022. That will be one of the first tests. We want to see that in the budget as well, that there's budget allocating funds for this dental care program. If it's not there in this budget, if it's not there this year, there is a clear sign that we can't continue. But I'm entering in this with the hope that we can actually achieve this for people. People need help, and this is an opportunity for us to use our power to help people. And so it is not at all a blank check. We can withdraw at any point in time.
I understand that. So there's a lot about social programs here: dental, Pharmacare, housing, long-term care. But The Pharmacare part is mostly aspirational. In this document, you agree to tasking the National Drug Agency to develop a national formulary of essential medicines and bulk purchasing plan by 2025. So why was 2025 is not helping people now? We're in 2022. And why was this not a condition of your agreement to begin with? Because what you have here on Pharmacare is aspirational. There was a study. Dr. Hodgkins did a study by the Liberals, again, a few years ago. So why was it not in a more firm agreement on Pharmacare?
So on Pharmacare, the agreement is by 2023, so next year, that the Canada Pharmacare Act will be passed. That's legislation that we put forward 2 years ago that the Liberals and the Conservatives voted against. And now it is going to be brought forward next year and passed. Dental care is also something that the Liberals and Conservatives voted against not a year ago. Now it will be passed. And back to your question about how we pay for this, today's motion that we put forward, today's opposition day motion, is a way to make sure we pay for the help that people need, to tax the excess profits of corporations like the oil and gas and big box stores that are making record profits, taxing their excess profits and reinvesting that back into.
Yeah, but you know that the excess profits of these stores will be transferred to consumers.
The Liberals' own plan was 3% of financial institutions like big banks and insurance companies. That's something they promised. In this agreement, we're saying do that and expand that to the oil and gas and big box stores, and we can use that revenue to invest back into people.
Okay, I've got to ask you, because the Prime Minister is leaving this evening for Brussels for the special NATO summit. I want to ask you about defense spending. NATO is expecting or hoping that the allies will spend 2% of GDP, and he's under pressure to spend 2% of his GDP on defense. That's about $12 to $14 billion a year. Will you support that if it is in this budget?
Well, we've said two things specifically on military spending. First of all, we agree that if we send our Canadian forces to do a task, they need to have the tools and the equipment to do it. And so that's something that we've supported for a long time. We believe very strongly that they should be equipped to do the work that we ask them to do. The second piece we've said very clearly is we do not want any decisions on military spending to result in any cuts to healthcare or to impede on any of the things that we fought for in this agreement to get people the help they need. So that is something that is ironclad for us. We do not want to see any cuts to healthcare or healthcare investments. We need to see more investments in healthcare to give people the help they need, not any cuts. And we also, the third piece is that we believe very strongly the role that we can play in a world that is becoming more and more or less and less secure, more and more scary, is that we need to do our part, and where we are most effective has been in international development, supporting humanitarian work, peacekeeping, and diplomacy. That's where we think we're the most effective.
NDP Leader Jagmeet Singh, this document, a supply and confidence agreement, we'll be watching to see how long it lasts. Thanks for taking the time to talk to us, sir.
Thank you so much.